Test 1, 2, 3. Hey, it sounds like you guys can hear me. I think it's coming through on the microphone on my desk, not on the laptop. No, I want you to keep playing. Sorry about the terrible quality. I'm working on the lights. Let's see what we can do about this. Ugh. We are... I don't think that's as bad. Trying to find a... Oh, that one changed colors. It doesn't seem terrible. It's kind of warm. Oh, dang it. It also changes colors, just slower. Damn it. I'm afraid it's about to do the stupid strobing effect. Can you just reset? Is there a reset button? There we go. Let's see what the table looks like. Yeah, I think that's probably just the best. Damn it. hate technology. Hopefully it doesn't crash. For some reason, the stream stopped a second ago when I was getting it set up. So we are working on Iron-Blooded Orphans Mobile Suit Gundam. Well, that's what I think it's from the anime, Iron-Blooded Orphans. I had known nothing about the anime whatsoever, so I just like making the robots. They look cool. So I've only recently kind of got into it. This is HG. It's not level, it's grade HG grade, which is the higher grade, nicer looking ones, but still small. It's 144. It's 1/144th scale Gundam Barbados Lupus Rex. So let's cut the. Come here. What I really like is these. Why are you? Normally they're not stuck to the. That sucks. I like keeping the boxes because the boxes are so nice. Don't show me this cool looking. This other cool looking robot that I can't do yet, or not do. It looks like it's already been released. The HG 1/44th scale Reagan Lays Julia. Dude, this thing looks cool. I want that one. Damn. Damn, I want that one. For some reason, that one looks really cool. I like that one. I like them when they look really sci-fi robot-y. I don't know why. I'm not really super. I never really was super into the ones that were human looking. You know, that have the human form. I like it when they have not an alien form, I guess, but like these ones. They're human looking, but they have very robotic parts. They're very nicely designed. They're very sleek. Man, so a lot of the boxes I have don't have any of this, but this one had when they put on the plastic strip. So when I put it on the plastic strip, it stuck. Taped it. That one I might have to look up. This one's really cool. It's even got a little. I like. Ooh, this one. Yeah, this one I like. Julietta's and Mobile Regan Glaze. This one's even cool. The Jariol. I think they like the Blood Orphan series. The Blood Orphan series looks pretty cool. They look. I have some of these other ones. They look more like Transformers. They're a lot boxier. I like the sleeker. I like these ones. These ones are a lot sleeker. So far. So what the fuck? I know I didn't do that. Why did I do that? What's up with this? Okay. I'll just set that over there. Hopefully the quality here. I'm gonna try and move this here. I'm trying to keep this wire out of the sight. Wire out of sight. Let me see real quick. All right. I still think we're coming in okay. What we got here? Man, this one's a lot more instructions than normal. I guess not. This one's I think the last one I did. The last one I did was a Blood Orphans one too. It was very like it looked like a jet. It's got like jet engines. Very like a I don't know, like an F-15, 16, like the intake valves of a jet engine, I would say. Those sleek areas. Has a lot of those kind of designs on it. All right, let's I'm gonna need what are we gonna need here? Got a whole bunch of crap on this table. We're gonna start here, so let's fold this up to the point we're gonna use. Now I'm not to the point on my Gundams that like I've decided to I don't paint them or anything, or even like do any kind of like modifications. I think I want to in the future. I think I've kept most of the stickers off of them. CBBB. Yeah, let's bust all the parts out. Bust them all out. Actually, before we do that, just a second. There's whether I'm working on a model that has paint or not, I still like to. You do this to me. There we go. Just because of the parts, I like having something to put the parts on. That way, if I want to move them, I can just pick it up and move it. Fresh plastic. It's almost as good as cardboard crack, which would be Pokemon cards, Magic cards. Collectible cards right out the package. That smell of ink. Cardboard and ink. It's a little different than like a book. Books have a nice smell too, the paper. Especially when they used to use not mulch, like, you know, blended paper and stuff. Nice rich smell. So these are the stickers. There's pretty big stickers on this one. So I haven't been putting the stickers on. My very first one I put stickers on because I really didn't think about whether or not I was going to do anything with it later. But what the heck? There's like a loose wire in here. Uh-oh. Is that a defect? I hope not. I think this is part of one of the weapons, this black wire. So there we go. It's already pre-bent. Oh. This is actually wire? Or just heavy plastic? I think it's plastic. It feels heavier, but I think it's plastic. So it's pretty heavy though. Got a lot more weight to it than the rest of them. So I'm guessing there's a wire in there and then plastic. Oh yeah, there's a wire in there. There's a wire inside and then plastic. It's a plastic tube around it. Oops. Don't go away. No. So obviously this is our first time streaming on YouTube. This is our test. It took me an hour just to get, so it took me 20 to 30 minutes to get the camera working. So the camera was working just fine, but YouTube didn't want to recognize it. Then it took another half an hour or so to figure out why the audio wasn't working. And then, so I went and got my, is it a blue Yeti? I think it's a blue Yeti. It's a Sherpa. Yeah, it's a Yeti. I got my blue Yeti mic, which I use for recording MTG Arena stuff, videos. And so luckily that seems to be working. Hopefully the audio doesn't cut out here. All right. So first thing is the body. And it looks like it's a single piece all the way through. So what I like to do, so this is mainly for beginners. So I'm assuming a lot of this is probably nothing like experienced people are not going to be watching this at all, even if I leave it up. But new people, I like to go through and cut everything out. So this one, like it has step 1, step 2, step 3. So it's got 1, which is the body. And that has several steps before going to the head. And it's got, I don't know, it's got like 20 pieces in here. I like to remove all 20 pieces, put them in order of removing them, or in order of how they go. And then I'll put them down, and then I'll clean them off, all the shavings and all the extra parts. I'll clean them off, and then I'll put it together. So it usually goes pretty fast for an to assemble it. So A doesn't get much work. So we got C and B. C, there's B. It's a D. And this is a C. The other thing is now these ones. This is Tecmo Koei. Who does Gundam? Who does Gundam? Tecmo Koei or is Tecmo Koei? Isn't it? No, it's Bandai. Who does the Star Wars ones? The Star ones I do are also Bandai, I think. That or their tech, I can't remember. I think the Star Wars models I do are also Bandai. They're pretty big in the model realm. They do a really good job, unlike like some of the US or some of the other model like the airplane model people. I noticed they do a really good job engineering the kits. Which one? And it makes it easy for you to take the parts off. A lot of airplane kits, they really don't think about it. And if you don't have a good pair of things, like cutters or just a good knife or something to take things apart, a lot of times you'll randomly take big chunks of your piece off of it. So this is B. We're looking for B8. There's B8. So if it's a small piece, I'm okay with like that one just popped off easy. I'll take the flat side. So this one's got a dip on the inside. I don't know if you can see it very well. It's got a dip in there, but then the other side is flat. It's flat. So I'll take the flat side and put it to the piece and trim it as close as I can, giving a little space because it'll always be a little bit. But since these are really small, but if it's really big, I'll take it the other way around, because if you try to trim a really big piece, like there's a really fat part right here, I try to trim that as close as possible. A lot of times the plastic will dip. It'll dip into your part and it'll take a big chunk out of it. So you don't want to do that. So I'll take the side that way. Basically, this is giving you leeway. It's giving you space between the part where the part's actually cutting. So it's cutting like half an inch away from where the part away from the part. So you'll be able to clean it with your knife instead. And it's easier to clean a lot, from at least me. It's easier to clean the parts off your with your knife after it's off of the I don't know what you call this, the mesh. I don't know what you call it. So if it's big, I like to cut it away from it and then clean it off. So technically that's, I would say, the second piece. So I'm going to put that below, and then C7. Let's see here, C7. Same thing. These ones are pretty small. Now this one towards the top is a little bit thicker, but it's pretty pushed off of the part, so it didn't give me any trouble. It's always better if it looks like cutting it and you're cutting too close. You might take a chunk off of the part by accident. Since it's easier to leave more of the spare crap on and whittle it down, It's just leave more of the spare stuff on, cut it farther away, leave more of the spare stuff on, and then take your knife and slowly chip away at it rather than try to take as much as you can right from the bat. So that. So the next 2 or 3 parts are all Bs. B14. So we need 2 B14s, it looks like. There's 2 B14s. They also color code these pretty well when it comes to, so these darker gray ones, these really dark gray, almost black. I guess they are black. Parts are the skeleton for the HGs, and I don't know what the other RGs. I think the RGs also have skeletons. So these darker parts are basically the inner skeleton that you put the armor, that you'll put the white parts on top of. So we're basically forming the inner parts. So if you make a mistake on these darker ones, it's not the end of the world. If you accidentally take a chunk, if you do something, it's not the end of the world. But also they tend to be, sometimes some of these darker parts are a little softer. So you want to be careful because you might accidentally, especially these ones. These are the parts that are used for the joints. So they're softer so that they can move easier. So those are B14s. I need a B9. So I think you can see here, the white one's hard to see maybe, but it's up there at the top. So I just lining down how they go. C7, B8, the 214s, and then the B9. And they'll, in order, it shows you putting this on this, and then these two on this, on that part, and then this goes on the back side. And then now we do need the A. This one, that was A. Yep. So I didn't know this at first, but all of them are sold separately. There's I pick up everything of mine at the Hobby Lobby. They're like $9 or $10 a piece. I can't remember what they are. They're the stands. So stands. I can't remember what they're labeled as, but they have stands, and they're pretty nice. They're pretty good for posing. So, yeah, they're pretty decent. I have 3 of them up there right now posed. One of them I haven't posed very well yet. I just kind of popped it up there because I needed it out of the way. But the other 2 are posed really cool. I've got one with 4 angel wings over there. I can't remember what it's called. And then I've got one with a shield and sword over here that I like. That's posed pretty cool. It's got like a big bazooka on his back. I got all distracted. A20. This one's a little thicker, but when I squeeze it, it pushes off of the piece. These darker pieces like to, I mean, the way they're pinched, they're pretty good at keeping the pliers from digging. They don't tend to dig out from your, I guess, the part that you want. So you got to be careful. The white ones, for some reason, the white pieces especially, I don't know why, but for some reason it feels like the white pieces tend to if I try to like snip close to the thing, it's going to take a chunk out of my part. So just be wary of that. I mean, the red ones and yellow ones might do it too, but it just feels like maybe it's more noticeable on the white ones. So PC. So this is the PC part. PC4. PC4. I don't like using this. These are really soft, like I said. So I actually like using the knife. Find the one that's on the farthest out because you don't want to accidentally. And don't like get one on that's on the inside and drag it towards another one because if you slip, you could accidentally cut the one that you're dragging it towards. So get one that's on the outside if you can, or aim it so that you're dragging it towards like one of these the bars that you don't care if you'd accidentally cut, and just kind of slowly. It's kind of like carving up a piece of meat. Go. Pop that off. So that shows it putting together. Then we need A21. Making sure I'm getting the right. I wasn't looking for the number. I was making sure. Just because sometimes the parts can look, it's very hard to tell on this, but yeah, you can't really see it. It has what I would guess you kind of looks like a spine almost, and it you can't tell how far because it goes directly into the part. I don't know what you call this, whatever this thing is that's holding it. And I wanted to make sure I snipped it at the right part and didn't accidentally cut too much off that I wanted. I wanted to make sure I was cutting off the extra, whatever I was actually cutting off the arm that was holding it, not actually cutting the part that you needed. So sometimes it's hard to see if it's actually a piece or junk or something. I've done it before. I've accidentally cut too much off. Like I snipped or I trimmed something off that I thought was just junk when it was something that I needed to attach. It happens to everybody probably at one point or another. B3 and a C23. I've done quite a few of these. I'm actually kind of interested in going into the bigger ones. Maybe I should wait until I see if I want to do some painting or something. Shoot. See, that is exactly why you need to slow down. I almost did exactly what I was talking about right there. Luckily, I noticed it was really thick, and I didn't cut all the way through it. Okay, I think we're okay. I wasn't paying attention, and I tried to cut the wrong part. Like I said, it's hard to tell sometimes if it's the arm or the part. And I kind of I need to make sure I go slow. I mean, there's a little bit of a welt, a mark of where I pinched it. But it didn't go through. It's just going to be a little bit of a mark. I could probably polish it up a little bit. It doesn't look that bad. There's a lot of curves and divots and stuff on this piece right here anyways. So it almost kind of looks natural, to be honest. It looks just like kind of another bend in the frame. So if anything, it's probably the best place to have made that mistake. What I'm worried about is, luckily, like I said, I didn't squeeze too hard, but this part is going to be more fragile now. But it doesn't look like it's oh, it's the front of the body, so it's going to snap right in. It's going to snap right into the body. Okay, yeah, I don't think this is a part we have to worry about snapping too much. It'll snap into the front of the frame, and there'll be two parts here holding it. So it's going to have a lot of sturdiness around it. So that's C23 and then B3. Which one was B? B. Just take your time. Normally I do have something. This is B. Yeah, okay. So it's a red piece. Normally I do listen to something in the background. I probably will in the future still. But it kind of helps me. It's weird actually having something extra going on in the background, having me something to listen to it. Otherwise, I don't want to say I get bored, but my brain starts to wander. So sometimes I turn on Star Trek, either The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, or the original series. And then, or I'll turn on like especially if I'm doing something like Gundam, I might turn on a Japanese TV show or Korean TV show. I might have to stare at more often, but if I'm not having to take my eyes off of painting, then that tends to be okay. I try not to do that when I'm painting. That was B3. Now I need B30 and B22. B22. Bingo! I would like to meet, like, I don't know anyone around me who really does Gundam. I would like to meet other people that, actually, like, I would like to paint with other people and stuff like that, like, learn from them. I do have an uncle that does some airbrushing and stuff. He did models, but he doesn't live too far away, but I kind of think I should learn from him. I really should get a hold of him and see if, but I don't know. I don't say my family's not that close. We kind of all just do our own thing. Let me put it that way. Like if there's an emergency, we'll be there for each other, but we always kind of all stick to our own families. If you got a tight knit family, appreciate it, especially one that'll teach you and do stuff with you. A lot of stuff I've had to learn. I've had to do it from the internet because a lot of the hobbies. Now, my dad did paint stuff when he was younger, but he never really did stuff. Or he did model making when he was a little bit younger, but he never did it like. Well, he used to use. I use water based paints. He used to do enamel based paints, which was funny because he used to do it. He used to sit in a closet and do it, and he used to get really high. Not really on purpose, I guess, because it was a long time ago. It was like what, in the 70s, but that's where you would do it, kind of in a closet. Where But yeah, so we used to do different things. So he doesn't quite have the same. Doesn't quite. Well, he knows a little bit, but he doesn't know. Uh, and it's been so long since he's done anything. So. Where is that one? We had B22 and B30. I snag B30, or did we just get 22? That's 30. That's 22. Okay, yellow and blue. Those parts go together. Then we need PC1, and then we're off to C. PC1. I want to check and make sure the audio hasn't cut out. I really like this this mic so far. It's a pretty good mic. Let's see. How do we sound? Oh, well, that's not. Did I tap that? Is this coming through? Yeah, I think it's coming through. What do we need? We need a PC1. Yeah, it doesn't sound bad, especially for like kind of being off to the side. I wish I could have it in front of me, but yeah, I was trying to use my headset from my PlayStation, but I don't know why it wasn't taken. Like it wasn't taking to it. YouTube. I'm just using my straight up from my laptop, the camera from my laptop. Hopefully, like I said, this is a test run just to kind of see how so far the laptop's holding, like handling it pretty well. It crashed after 5 minutes a second ago, but now we're up to almost 45 minutes. I'm working on getting a better camera. It's probably still going to be relatively cheap. It's not going to be like amazing, but hopefully it's better than this. Also, it's something that I can hang down from the ceiling so it can aim straight down and you can see what I'm doing from this angle. So that way that'll look better. Yeah, that way you're not looking from the side, and that way you can see all the pieces better, and everything will hopefully be more in focus. Oh, I'm using the I told you I'm using a potato cam. So I am best quality I can get. Are you on your phone or are you on a compute? What are you using? I'm trying to get this as closer as possible. What is this computer doing? Yeah. Yeah, dude. I think it's like in 420p at best. Maybe lower. I don't know. I told you my phone would probably be better. I'm working on getting a cam. I'm working on it. Dude, you have no idea how much I want to stream and like how much I want to do videos making Gundam models and drawing and doing other stuff and doing like some tabletop magic or something. I think I probably sound a little bit different because the mic is farther away. I'm using a table mic. Oh, not table mic. I'm using a Blue Yeti. So does that look a little bit better? I try to get it a little closer. Okay, what part did I need? I needed a PC1. Talk to me, man. Does it look better or not? Or does it sound better? I don't think I sound that different. Looks like a video from 2011. I told you it was a potato. It was a potato. I told you it was a potato thing. I'm working on it, okay? It's not my fault that YouTube is stupid. Why? It's not my fault. I had it set to go. I was going to stream with my phone, which probably has a much, like I said, it has a much better camera. But for some reason, streaming with my phone, oh my god, I can't speak. Streaming from my phone in the exact same spot, just having it angled downwards, is a no-no. But streaming from my crappy laptop is an okay. It makes no. There's no logical sense. YouTube is just stupid. They all right. This is right here. This is a piece. This is one I would probably turn. I'd probably turn the wire cutters around and use the part that gives you some space between, because the white part is extremely thick. It means you're going to have a little extra left there to trim off, but it's better than taking a huge chunk out of the. Yeah. There we go. So that was 24, 25. I'll check with my dad. I'll see if he see when you can possibly snag me one. I have to wait. Maybe next month. I've spent so much money trying to get to replace the headset and get some stuff. I had to spend money on groceries this month because of some stuff that happened recently. So like I want to do things, I want to try things, and it's just plans have just been screwing me over. Those fat muscle arms. Not that fat. I do have sausage fingers, though. I have a decent grip. So from all that feeding the one-eye snake, a very strong grip. C25. Say, you should have been here earlier. You would have saw my face. Trying to get the camera to work and everything. I had to delete several live streams. Luckily you weren't here. See, I was trying to buy a bench press for my birthday too, but I've already spent so much money that kind of got pushed back. I was going to buy some dumbbells and a bench press, hopefully for like around $100, and well, that went out the window, especially with the headset. You like it what way? Oh yeah, especially since I can't use my phone, I definitely can. I wanted to do some stream. Shit. I wanted to do some streaming. I wanted to do some Pokemon Go and stuff, but I can't do that now. It's so arbitrary. 50 people. What? You could just make 50 fake accounts. Like, it makes no sense, but whatever. I don't think it's a skill issue because the ceiling for 50 people to sub to you is so low. It's so easy to fake that. It's so easy to fake that. Just ridiculously easy to fake that. You could either pay or make 50 accounts or whatever and break that limit within seconds. Or basically they have not bot farming. You just go, I mean, there's plenty of discords that you pay like $5 and they get 50 people to subscribe to your thing instantaneously. It's just yeah. It's really dumb. Unless you're going to have like thousands, the requirement's going to be really high so that you're going to weed out a whole bunch of people, or you should just really or there should be a very specific requirement. I mean, there's like 8-year-olds that have 50 people because they just have their friends. Like all their friends just click subscribe for no reason and they don't even have videos. All right, C25. Okay, so that was the last part for the body. So these are all the parts. I think you can see. All right. Yeah, here we go. These are all the parts for the body. So I just go ahead and go through and clean them up and put them back on the spot where they're at, the line. And then once they're all cleaned up, I just put it together. So it's not that hard to notice where the chaff is. Usually there's 2 or 3 spots. So most parts have 3. Now, Gundam model kits tend to be pretty soft plastic. A little bit softer than I would say most other like airplane kits and stuff. And don't worry to accidentally take too much off or something. As long as it's smooth. Like I want to say too much off. As long as you smooth it out and it's not like this huge dip or something, but just smooth it. The other thing too is I love having. Ew. Where's my? Well, shoot. Oh, it's right there. All right. Well, all right. You. Boom, 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 boom. Right here. Ouch. Shit. Stuck. I have sand grid paper, but apparently it's missing. Well, that's not true. I have some sand grid paper right here, but I have more. And it must be still. I'm working on a airplane with my dad right now over at his place. So since this stuff's so soft, it's not a really hard plastic. I don't know. I think 200 is the lightest. I would use something like that. I use like a 200 or a 300. You might be able to get lighter. I'm not sure. But nothing too nothing too hard. Very, very soft. It should kind of make your finger tingle, but it shouldn't make it hurt. But anyways, yeah, sandpaper comes in like I think it's levels of 100. They might come in 50s. So like you can get level 100, 200. This is probably like a 200. Oh, you saw it? Okay. Too late. you see my whole face, or did you see the beard? Outside. Oh no, I'm doomed now. The other thing too is I don't think I have it with me. I think I got left behind. Shit. I don't see. Where is it? I have. The kind of rag that you use for like cleaning your glasses or something, like a polish rag. I would always have keep one of those with you for doing this too, because once you're done sanding it, I would use that to polish it. It helps kind of clear up any lines, especially on the soft plastic. So there's not really much on here. There's nothing. It's like, since it's such a soft paper, sandpaper, it's didn't leave many lines behind, or didn't really leave anything behind. But just polishing it up just makes it look nicer. So, do you have to go potty? Are you whining at me because you got to go potty? Yeah. You go outside. Outside. Yeah. All right. Just a second. Mm-hmm. The one thing about the white pieces is it always kind of leaves like for me, it's hard to, unless you really sand it down or just get the right, I don't know, angle or the right amount of cleanliness, like clean it off enough, is it leaves off, it leaves a slight um, discoloration. So it's still white, but I think it's you know, it's just a slight white from underneath. It's the white from underneath. It's really hard to get rid of it. Sanding it down is kind of what helps the most, because you sand, like, you'll get it down to whatever the same intensity is. Now the part I'm doing is very, very small where the area is, so I don't want to remove too much of the. Okay, that's fine. All right, you go watch your movie. Thanks for stopping in. Wait, what are you gonna go watch? Did you leave already? Dick. That's some things I want to do in the future. I really want to do some watch alongs. Really talk and do some Japanese movies and TV shows and stuff. Korean stuff too. Like if you're interested in Japanese and Korean media at all, I mean it's not that far off. If you like Japanese media or Korean media, to kind of go to the other one. Uh, Japanese media is a little bit behind Korean media, TV shows especially, and movies are starting to really take off. Um, there's some really good ones out there. There's one Weak Hero season 1 or Weak Hero class. Is it class 1 or class A? I think it's Weak Hero class A or class 1. I can't remember now, but it's Weak Hero. There was a season of that. That's a really good TV show. It's based off of a manga, a Korean manga. There's another one very similar, kind of similar to it in the way, and then in the it's like kind of an action fighting one. But the heroes characters are similar in how like in how the kind of hero's story they go on is My Name, which is another Korean one. I think that's on. I think that one. I think both of those actually might be on Netflix. I can't be for certain. I know My Name. I'm almost for certain is. There's another one on Netflix. I think it's called Silent Sea. That one was really good. I like that one. That was a sci-fi one. It's a Korean TV show. Japanese ones I haven't been as diving into lately. I realized there's a lot of good there's just a lot of good Korean ones. Like their media is really starting to take off. Good stories, characters, stuff like that. So there's still good stuff in Japanese, but it's not like it does. So far, I haven't like found something that blows me away. But I've started recently to watch more of it. For a while, it felt like it kind of went downhill, but I guess it was probably over the last 4 or 5 years. Uh, Part of it was probably not helped by the goof. A lot of their strengths, though, so a lot of their strengths lie in anime. There's such an abundance of it, various kinds. They're such good artists. Hopefully, Korea can kind of overshadow or kind of overtake Hollywood without having to deal with the same the political infestation. But I don't really think it's gonna. Usually, everything that kind of grows to be like that gets infested with political stuff, even if it's just Korean politics and all that. Even if it's not Hollywood politics. I haven't checked though, but apparently Bollywood's starting to also really take off. There's some really recommended. One of them I heard about a lot is RRR. There's some other like fantasy and action ones that have really been recommended. But I don't really watch Bollywood. Same thing with like China. There's a difference between China and Taiwan stuff, but it's harder for me to listen to Chinese. The inflections, I can hear the inflections in Korean stuff and hear the emotion. emotions in there. The inflections tend to be similar to Japanese, and even more similar to English. Chinese, it seems very different. It doesn't seem very different. It sounds very different. It's hard to get that a lot more, or at least a lot of the TV shows and stuff I watch. But maybe it's just not for me, which is weird. Maybe it's just the language. Doesn't sound as appealing or something. Too hard on the ears. I don't know. But anyways, I want to do like recommendations and stuff. Like maybe not just pure like a list, not like a top 10 list, but recommendations for Korean, like Korean stuff. And I've been watching, like I said, Japanese stuff recently, trying to find some good Japanese stuff again. There's is good stuff, but sometimes it's just not for me. I heard Alice in Borderland, I think it's called, is really good. I've heard good things about that one, but I have yet to watch it. I probably should. Really have to be in certain moods to watch certain things. I don't know if anyone else is like that. It a lot of times I feel too down a lot of times, so I like watching comedies, either romantic comedies or just pure comedies or something like that. It helps me stay out of feeling depressed or feeling down. But then once I feel in a pretty decent mood, I can watch something a little more gritty. I can't remember when what was I watched? We Are All Dead, or All of Us Are Dead. That's a good one. That's a Korean zombie one. A whole bunch of students get stuck in a school when zombie apocalypse basically hits. Well, it's not an apocalypse. A virus hits a town. And yeah, it's very sad. It's very sad how it affects them and stuff. But the acting's very good. I don't think normally they use older kids to portray teenagers a lot of the times. I don't know if all of them are older. Some of them could be teens, that are 17 to 20, that range in that area probably. But all of them do pretty well. I think the Critical Drinker has recommended it and has a video on it. But I had to be like in a certain mood to watch that. Had to be in a good mood, and then I was like, okay, let's ruin that good mood. It's not ruin the good mood. It's not. I guess it's not ruin the good mood. It's I can watch something serious now because I'm not going to end up depressing myself to utter disparity. I can watch something artistic, not necessarily artistic. I don't know. I could watch more moody stuff, and I know I'm not gonna get depressed. See, I used to do it the other way around. Well, not the other way around. I used to just watch depressing stuff all the time. Yeah, I used to get upset all the time. That wasn't good. So I started watching more comedy stuff. That's why I stopped watching historical dramas that are super historical and watching more of the comedy historicals, especially Korean ones. Well, no, Japanese ones, if it's a historical drama, it tends to be blood, death, murder, You kind of get a 50-50 on a Korean one. Usually it's kind of you can get like a rom-com historical drama, or you get a serious one that's more like a drama, melodramatic, or just drama based with not as much with no comedy. You can still have romance, I guess, in it, but just has no comedy. All right, so this is the piece that I accidentally almost cut at the wrong place. So we just got to be careful cleaning it because I don't want to put too much pressure on the spot that I. So I'm supporting it with my thumb, almost exact like the whole part. There wasn't much stuff there, anyways. I was able to clean most of it. I mean, I was able to clear most of it when I trimmed it off. Make sure you wash your hands afterwards, even if like you don't feel like it's particularly filthy. Major reason I say is because like you don't want to eat anything afterwards, or you just don't want to touch your face or mouth because you get tons of plastic shavings all over your hands, and then if you touch your face, eyes, whatever, you can get a lot of that stuff in you. And I don't think it's like I don't think there's like lead, like poison lead or anything in these, but it's just probably not good for you to inhale the plastic or eat the plastic. So it's probably a good idea to wash up afterwards. So I always usually wash my hands or just like at least try and scrub off. It's like I already got plastic shavings, little white spots all over me. And also, it's just probably not good. Like if I touch my face or my eye, like my eyes all the time. I want to right now. I get dry eye and stuff all the time. So just let you know, this is a very good hobby, I would say, for younger kids, especially ones that don't probably either A, don't want to paint, say like models, kits for like planes or like even Star Wars stuff or whatever. I mean, the Bandai Namco ones that come for like, I've got Poe's X-Wing over there and I'm painting it black. I'll probably I'd probably take the long route on painting it. I probably did it the wrong way. I'm still learning, but uh, uh, those ones like the colors that they come in pretty like are pretty okay. Like you could just put it together and it looks all right. Versus like a kit that you would get from like say an airplane, which is just like a gray or a green color, which isn't nearly the right color. So the base colors of the X-wings aren't that bad. So they could put those together, the Bandai Namco Star Wars things. But these ones are pretty decent. Like you don't have to paint these at all if you don't want to. You could add some color, but they're also probably a decent. Not the high grade ones. I would say I'd start with the lower grade ones. I can't remember what. There's a list to what they are, but you would want to start with those lower tier ones anyways, because they have fewer parts and they're easier to put together. And yeah, they're just easier. They tend to be a little bit cheaper. There's one. I'll probably get it out for another video. I can't remember what it's called, but it's about $12. Oh, I got it up there. And it doesn't look bad either. I like it. But it kind of looks like a front line soldier grenadier character, and I think he was like $12 or $13. He's a good starter character, I would suggest. He looks a little blocky, but he's not a bad one to paint either. If you want to start painting it. Now, I haven't painted any of these, but the plastic is so slippery on these. I would honestly suggest using a primer. Now, I would probably also suggest looking up a video from someone else that's done them, painted these. That is, because I haven't done them all. But I don't use primer on any of my other pieces so far. I use water-based paints. Well, shit, that didn't turn out that great. This is where I need the polisher, because it would really help me to polish this down. It doesn't look that great. I have to polish this down when I get my thing back. Yeah. Anyways, so like I said, I would suggest looking up for someone else that has experience. But just because the plastic's so slippery, if you do paint or do something to it, I'm guessing some sort of primer would probably be not a bad idea. But yeah, I still suggest looking up someone that has experience painting on this plastic on these model types. So, which is not me yet. After we get done putting this together, the next thing I'm going to work on is I have the ship from the Mandalorian, not the Naboo fighter, his new one, his other ship. I can't remember what it's called, but I like the look of it. And it's a pretty small model. It's not that big. It's probably like this big. It's probably like 4 inches at most. It's probably like 4 inches long, 3 inches long. Yeah, so it's a pretty small. I don't know what size that would be, but it's pretty small. And but we're gonna put that together, and but I'm also gonna paint it while we're doing it. So hopefully by then, though, I'll have some sort of camera. That way it'll at least be aimed downwards, and you'll be able to see what I'm doing a little bit better. Like, oh, sorry, my nose itched. All right, put that down. We're getting pretty close to being done here. Not like I would have liked, like I said, to have that polishing clean it or napkin. I don't know what you call it. It's just like fine silky satin. It's like what you have to clean your glasses, but it really helps scrub off the extra the crud, the sand, like some of the sand stuff that gets left behind, and it helps buff out any streaks in the plastic that get left behind. So yeah, if you have something like that, I think it actually came with. Ow, I'm stab myself. I actually think it came with the sandpaper. Oh, my back. This setup is not conducive for my back. So in the future, I will, like I said, we're trying to get a camera for up top. I got a big chunk right here. That's not helping. There we go. Sometimes if one direction ain't working, turn it around and try going the other way. So this piece is surprisingly being easy to trim. Like the plastic is coming off. Dude, this cord is right. Ooh, my neck. This is the last piece for the body. Okay. So the nice thing about also these models is that putting them together is relatively easy, and also taking them apart tends to not be that hard. So if you made a mistake, also if you need to, like, if you realize you didn't clean something off as well, if you want to change something up later, then doing that tends not to be an issue. Trying to see. All right, so that goes in there. So that's C7 and B8. We have B14 and B14. So it looks like so the little divots go on the inside. And they're both B14, so it doesn't matter which one goes on either side. Wait, hold up. Is there a difference? Okay, yeah, it does. They do matter which one goes on each side. So there's one side, one prong is longer than the others prong, it looks like. So it looks like the shorter. I would say the shorter prong. Here, let me see real quick. Okay, yeah. So the longer prong goes on the inside. It looks like. I think. Why are they making that? They made this image not the best. I'm not positive now. No, I think it is. I think the longer prong goes on the outside. So I think it's that way. So there's a shorter prong and a longer prong. Oops. Going the wrong way. There we go. Stop it. Keeps trying to pop out. There we go. So we got those. Now back part goes in. Yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure that's right. The hole in the back is a lot deeper than the front one. That's what she said. All right, that's what we got so far. Sorry, that really is Potato Camry. It's got little wings right there on the back of the neck, I think. Yeah, I think this is going to be the neck. This is the whole body, remember? So the head's going to go right in this little socket where my finger is on top. So. Uh-oh. Don't run away. Don't you run away. All right. Put that down. Then take the next two pieces. Pop the little ball thing on the bottom. Push it all the way down, I think. And this hooks on here. Boom. Oops. Accidentally unsnapped it. Go back. Go back. Go back. There we go. Now, I do not glue mine at all. Well, okay, that's not true. There's very few pieces I've glued. There's a couple pieces I've glued because they like to pop out, like a jewel or a headpiece or something. But that's about it. Otherwise, I don't glue anything. And that helps with having to take things apart later if you want to paint or something's got to get put together or like taken apart. And it allows you to take the arms off, head off, body off, and put away if you need to put it away in the box or something. It also allows you to continue to pose it in different positions, all that stuff. Okay, then we need, oops, this is now a 21 going in the back. So this is the spine, basically. So, yep, this was a spine, basically. This is the part I was talking about. I couldn't tell. I said it looked like a spine. And it did turn out to be a spine. Come on. You to go right in there. There we go. I kind of like how they pop together like Legos. So, I mean, it's very different than putting together an airplane or model airplane or even the Bandai Namco Star Wars things, Star Wars chips. So, very different. I mean, you still have all the cleaning and taking out the kit models, and even if you were to do the painting, if you were to do painting and stuff like that, that would be similar. But then the putting together, the assembly, is a bit different. I enjoy it because it's a lot like Legos. I enjoy it. I enjoy putting things together. That's my favorite part. I'm starting to enjoy the painting more, but I tend to get too ahead of myself. I notice too ahead of myself. All right, so this is the front part of the chest. This looks like this. Goes this way. This is the red part. This is like a little decoration. It gets jammed in here. So this is something that you might want to glue if it doesn't want to stay, but that's totally up to you. This one looks like it's going to stay. It looks like it's pretty locked in there. So, but if you find it popping in and out, you might want to glue it. So that's popped in there. Then the yellow and the blue piece. This is B22 and B30. So you got B. Goes like this. Nope. There we go. There we go. Now this goes all into this. So it should kind of look like this in the end. Front of a jet, I guess you could say. So, all right. So now that we have that in, all right, now this part. So now we take these two parts. So you have two really big parts now. And then this body part gets, yeah, this is like the chest piece gets popped into the main frame of the body. It's gonna look like that. Kind of like a little bit of a shark head. This is the spine down here. All right, so that gets popped in there. And then this little part, what number was this? This was PC1. Gets turned upside down like this. And gets put in here. This is the part where you're going to pop the head on. It's the neck joint. Okay. That looks right. Okay, and then the last two parts we should have is 24 and 25. If you were smarter than me, you made sure they stayed in order. Hopefully, you can figure out which is which. Uh-oh, what happened here? Shoot. Just 1 second. My dog, I think, accidentally unplugged the computer. Son of a bitch. There we go. So where... Don't do this to me. There we go. It looks like... I don't know. This part's pretty loose here on the side. Hopefully it stays on. I don't mind it, but it feels a little loose. This might be something you might want to glue on to see if it stays onto the side of the body frame. But so that's what it eventually should look like. I don't know how well you can see it. Again, thanks for everyone that if you're watching this, I'll leave it up. This is our first stream or test stream. I know we're using, like I said, a potato computer or a potato camera on our laptop. I just wanted to see if it can, like, if it would work. It is. So hopefully we'll be getting our hands on a little bit better of a camera. We'll have that in the future so that we can do some more model making, art stuff. I would really like to be able to do that in the future. I enjoy doing not just arts and crafts, but I love doing model stuff. I love doing art, but I really like to incorporate it into my YouTube channel so that I can do it more often. And I could also use my art for my YouTube channel. I could, use it for decorating my YouTube channel. Be doing it so I can make covers and thumbnails and stuff like that. But I also could make videos out of it and hopefully encourage some people to draw and express themselves and do their own stuff. And hopefully encourage some people to maybe do some Gunpla. I think it's called Gunpla. Like I said, I'm not so sure on the terminology. So this is just the chest piece, or I should say this is the body. Next comes the head and then the right arm. So we'll work on that next. I'm not sure if we're going to be streaming tomorrow, but at least on YouTube, I'm going to try and get a hold of that camera, see if that way we can get a little bit better video for you guys. But we will be doing some streaming on Twitch, and we'll be playing video games. That's where we are all the time. So come over there, hang out, check out our Discord. There's a link on our Twitch. There should be a whole in a lot of my videos. There's a link to my Twitch. So check out any of those. Otherwise, it's just the Armchair Grump, all one word. No special spellings or anything, just the Armchair Grump. Check me out there. I'm live most afternoons Eastern Standard Time. That's Eastern American Time. Yeah. So you guys have a good one. Hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, and the more people we get around, I'm going to do more model making streams and stuff like that. And most of those streams will just be me doing model making. Hopefully people will be interested in seeing, like, come in, hang out, want to like talk models and stuff like that. But I'm also willing to just talk, like hang out and do like talk whatever. So like if you want to talk movies, video games, stuff like that, while just doing doing this, or if people want to work on their models, if they want to people just want someone to hang out with while they paint 40K figurines, or if they want to someone to chat with while they're working on their while they're working on their airplane model kits or Star Wars model kits or whatever. So that's what these streams will be about. I'll do other streams on here too, probably eventually, but I'm hoping to bring videos here into the future also. So yeah, I will see you guys around. Hopefully see you guys on Twitch. You guys have a good one. Bye now.